Another day, another building a public video. Yesterday, I talked about how we significantly enhanced our tables. And if you have been using Grapevine, you knew that the task page had projects and it had tables inside of it. But I knew that the way that people are going to use tables, they needed their own page. And so that's what we've done. We've brought in specific ways that you can organize on the sidebar here. So if you wanted to create a folder, you could bring that in here and make it just easier to navigate. But we've also brought in this view with the homepage. You can already see like a significant difference. You can pin it, you can add tags, you can add it to a folder or remove it from a folder. You can come in here, share it with someone, all the kind of stuff that we typically have in these types of sections. But we also have these up here. So the most active table, anything that you've looked at that day, and then you can actually bulk tag if you wanted to. So if you were in a folder, so actually we also have folders here. So you can bulk tag here. You can have the dashboard for that specific folder. So it's just a way more organized approach. And then it'll also give you insights on anything that doesn't have a tag. So if I go here and I save this, you'll be able to see that now this has the tag here. So let's actually go into a table and see some of the things. Now this is all made up data here. So I'm not sharing anything personal, I'm showing how things can work now in tables. So one big thing that's different is you can have a CRM table that functions as a CRM. Now this is a light CRM. I recommend using this for actual opportunities that are already confirmed as a sales qualified lead or an actual customer. So that's how I use it. I still use Apollo for prospecting and outreach and different things like that. But if I'm running a campaign to current customers, this is what I would use. So we have bulk email here and you can see it comes in here. Now you can send it as Grapevine or you could send it as your own personal email. And then you just come in here, you can add the subject line, so on and so forth. You can add elements from the system. So if it's a note, a file, a knowledge base, a space, a workspace, that is a project or a table, you can add that, or you can attach a file. And now the other thing is whenever you're replying, let's say that you want this to come from grapevineworkplace.com. And so that's where people are going to reply to. So if you're sending a bulk email and you want that to go specifically to a domain that you have instead of your personal email or your work email, you can do that. Okay. Now the other thing that we can do in here is, let's use this one. I can set a reminder. So if I wanted to, I could say, okay, I want to follow up with this person, follow up about the deal on, we'll just make that up, right? So now we have this, it comes in here. We just move this up here. And so you can either edit it or you can click done. But whenever you have this, it's going to give you a reminder through an email and then also a reminder through, or now I move that to there, but it'll also give you a reminder right here. So you can see this as an example for the CRM reminder. But again, this is a simple CRM for a lot of the customers that we're working with, which are B2B agencies. They don't need this huge CRM. They just need a better way to manage their clients, right? And so that's what we're doing here. Now, the other thing is like whenever you send these things, so if I click here, it's going to mark that as complete. So if I send emails, you can also track it right here. You can see if they've opened it. You can see if they've sent it. You can also see the pipeline, the close one, the win rate, the average deal, and then active. So that's a lot of the stuff that we have here. And then just to show you some other things that you can do inside of the table, you can bring in specific things that you wanted to. So let's say that we had a meeting with Catalyst. And so now whenever you go to this pop out, I can actually click here and see a little bit of the meeting. And then I can go into the meeting if I want to. So, and then I can also send simplified emails, right? So it's going to auto-populate with the email. You can actually create an email and save it as a template too. So those are some of the things that we have. Again, not a full CRM that you would do for prospecting, but definitely one that you can use for marketing campaigns, that you can use for re-engaging customers and different things like that, right? Now, I won't go through all these because it would be too long of a video, but we do have a lot more templates that you can use. So we have the CRM, the contact list, the content calendar, campaign tracking, different things like that. One of the ones that I'll show you is this 30-day social calendar. And the reason that I want to show this is because if I click here and then I say generate images, I can bulk generate images specifically on brand that are going to be for whatever content that we're creating. So whatever's in the hook or the headline or the notes, whatever you want to call it. And anything in that row is going to be taken into consideration with what's created in that image, right? So we can see some of these examples right here that are being produced. They come out pretty strong. You can regenerate if you wanted to, and then you can choose what type of landscape or how many to choose from. So we have this here. So there's a little bit of an issue there, but let's say that I generate this one more time. Okay, so you can generate the image and you can choose what you want, and then it comes out pretty strong. So if I click on this, I'm going to use that image. It's going to replace it. You can see that it comes in there. So this is just going to make generating images that are specifically on brand for your company a lot easier. Like, look, this one's pretty cool. I could even use that as a thumbnail possibly. So that's what we have there. Now, one of the other things that we have going on is we've significantly enhanced what you can do inside of Figgy AI. So I won't go fully in here, but let's say that, like this one, for example, just to keep this video short, I said like onboarding deck. And so this is what it created with just that little bit of information. Now, if I gave it more information, it would give a more specific slide deck. So now I can say, welcome to Grapevine Software. first day essentials, our company culture, key policies to know, your onboarding objectives, your steps for the first month, and then useful resources. This is something that if I wanted to, I could create this and then I could share to that specific person. Like, let's just say I send it to myself. So now if I go over here, it should populate over here. So I got to work on that because I'm currently building this out. But yeah, we have reports and everything there too. So those are just some of the big things that we've enhanced and shared to our customer base that I wanted to share with you guys since we're continuously building in public. Let us know what you're most excited about here, the tables, the ability to generate slides or carousels or reports in Figgy AI, and tell us what else we should think about, B2B agencies specifically. All right, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next Building in Public video.